What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I just finished watching episode 3 of WandaVision. Now, my reaction is going to be under my YouTube memberships. If you guys don't know and you guys are new here, excuse me, I've got 2 levels over there for memberships, so you guys can go and watch my reaction to this episode along with all of the other shows and the other episodes that I've watched. Level 1 is for $2.99, and you're going to get priority replies from me, special polls, and live streams. Level 2 is for $4.99, and you're going to get everything that Level 1 has. Plus, you're going to get all of my reactions to all of the shows that I watch, movies, any movies that I may watch, and all of my uncut try not to laughs. Sorry, you guys. So anyway, so this episode is all in color now. So we see that she becomes very pregnant very fast in this episode. I was just like, wait a minute. She came home the episode before. She was a little pregnant. This episode, she was a lot pregnant. So a lot of it revolves around her being pregnant. So they're trying to figure out how to deal with this pregnancy. So they're setting up the room and they're trying to think of names, and they're going through all of this process. And then there's a house doctor there who's checking up on her, and he claims that she's like 4 months pregnant at this point. So he's kind of referencing the stages of pregnancy and fruits. And Vision is so worried. He's just like, okay, well, how big would it be in like 12 hours? And the doctor was like, what? He was doing a little bit much to where like Wanda had to just kind of like just walk him to the door and let him out. So they were reading all these books and getting prepared and everything. And then she started feeling the contraction, which is what's called Braxton Hicks contractions. They are false contractions when you hit 6 months. So you can kind of see that it's starting to hurt her because all the things around her started going crazy. So then all of a sudden, she's like 8 months pregnant or 9 months pregnant. Meanwhile, she gets to a point where I think the doctor is on his way out to go on vacation. And she's walking around the house and she's prepping, and she goes into the room because she hears a sound, and all of a sudden the doorbell goes off and it's Geraldine. So she lets Geraldine in. Mind you, at one point, pipes burst. Apparently her water broke because it's raining inside her house. It was crazy. Then the lights went off at one point. And so Geraldine came over because she said her pipes burst and she needed a bucket. So she came inside and she just wouldn't leave. Like, she's talking to Wanda, and Wanda's trying to hide her pregnancy the whole time. So then you see like this I think it's I forgot how he calls those. But anyway, like, you see the bird coming in and it's making noise, and it's the bird that's on the wall in the baby room. So the baby's coming. Like, this is when like the baby is coming, because at this point, if you think about the old school, you see the bird carrying the little baby on his beak and stuff. So at this point, I figured like, oh my gosh, the baby's coming, because the bird's just walking around and she's trying to like shoo him off with her powers, and it's not working. Meanwhile, Geraldine just would not leave. So now she's going into labor. Vision has to go get the doctor. He gets the doctor. He's not back yet. Geraldine is there. So she's kind of looking around, and all of a sudden everything starts spinning in the room. The chandelier falls, but Geraldine does not seem to be scared enough to run out the house. Instead, she's looking at her like, okay, you're pregnant. We need to get this out. So she's laying her on the floor. She's helping her breathe. She's helping her with her labor, and all of a sudden she gives birth. And then at that point, Vision comes back with the doctor. Baby's already in Wanda's arms, and Geraldine is just kind of, looking like. At no point does she look scared or weirded out or anything, which I found to be a little strange. But this is supposed to be a sitcom looking kind of thing. So the whole entire time, oh no, at one point she runs in when everything's spinning around. She's like, I'm sure there's a logical explanation for all this. In a frantic moment, to just kind of get to Wanda. So then she goes back to with the doctor to the back room in the kitchen. I don't know why she does that. I don't know. But she says to the doctor, come back here and help me with something. So I'm like, what reason do they have to go to the kitchen? Like, she's laying right here on the floor. So then all of a sudden, she's screaming again. There's another baby coming. She has twins. Vision is there. He's holding the baby. And now, Vision is trying to get the doctor home. The doctor doesn't seem too surprised at how he got there. So now, at one point also, you see that their neighbor, Hub, is like cutting his bushes, and then he's like kind of cutting through his wall, and Vision says something to him, don't you think you're getting a little carried away? He was like, and he keeps cutting through the wall. So I found that to be a little strange. So anyway, fast forward back to this. So Wanda is with Geraldine in the house. Then Vision comes out after taking the doctor back home, and he sees that what's her name? Oh my gosh. The nosy neighbor, the girl, the chick, the lady, and Hub are out there talking, and they look like they're gossiping. So Vision is kind of like looking over, like, what are y'all doing? So then he walks over to them, and he's like, a nice day we're having today, huh? And they're kind of looking at him like, Then they ask him, is Geraldine in there with Wanda? And he's like, yeah, why? And in the meantime, we see that Wanda is standing there in front of her babies, and Geraldine is there talking to her, and she says, I'm a twin. I had a brother once. His name was Pietro. And Geraldine is looking at her like in a really strange way. And I'm like, why is she looking at her like that? So then Geraldine says to her, he got killed by, I don't know if she said Voltron, something like that. And Wanda looks at her, she's like, what did you just say? And I'm just like, huh? I'm completely taken aback and confused by the whole situation. So I'm sitting there looking, and I'm just like, what is happening right here? She was just like, what did you just say? Meanwhile, Vision is outside trying to figure out what they're talking about. And Hub almost says to them, she doesn't have a home. She doesn't have nothing. Like, she came here because, and they wouldn't say why. And so now they're in there, and Wanda is just like, what did you just say? And Geraldine is kind of like, blowing it off. Then she sits back down like it didn't happen. So Wanda was just like, who are you? Because she sees a necklace on her with a symbol on it. Then they look back at Vision. They leave. They go about their business. Vision tries to go back in the house. When he goes back in, he says, Wanda, where's Geraldine? And she's just like, oh, she had to rush home. And all of a sudden, Geraldine ends up popping out of thin air, literally, onto a field surrounded by what looks like service guys, like military dudes. I'm just like, who the heck is Geraldine? And what is going on? Y'all, I'm like, you know what? I can't wait till this episode 4. I need to know what's going on. Anyway, I don't know who Geraldine is. I don't know what's going on. The doctor was leaving, and no, actually Vision didn't take him home. Vision was like, are you going to be able to make it to your vacation? He was just like, little town is hard to get out. And I found that to be so strange too. And I was like, what? That didn't make any sense. I was like, something's up with this whole town. The whole town. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought of episode 3 of WandaVision. Let me know if you enjoyed my review. If you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles!